Good morning. Let's get this disaster in check. Okay, I got some of it done, a good chunk. The dishwasher is full and running. So I'm gonna take my puzzle upstairs now that it is dry. And then I'm gonna start working on some end of year stuff. So I have to print something off and then I'll take that up and grab that off the printer and just do it all in one swoop. And then I think this has to go today. I have everything spread out all over the table to get ready to go to the accountant. But we have basically an empty binder, which is such a cool feeling. I just have Dalton's one pay that he's gotten this month. Some January receipts, which is crazy. And then some tree prices, which is just like good to have on hand for clients and like future pricing and stuff. So anyway, that's where we're at. It feels good to have the binder cleaned out. I do have an email to my accountant if she needs like everything or just like less stuff that's more specific, but I have it spread out for now. So I'm gonna go through and I need to match up all of like the December receipts and finish the profit and loss for 2025. Wild. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that. And then I have a couple calls to make with my health insurance, with a refund that we never got, a charge that we weren't supposed to get charged. There's a lot going on over here. So, I'm making the most of it, but we're gonna get a lot of like business things done today. So I just got off the phone with Medicaid to make sure that my request went through, except Cobra said that I was covered through the end of January 2027, and I'm not. I am so freaking angry. The absolute insanity that this is. I have to call back multiple times. I have to continuously follow up. There's no time frames. There's no follow through. I called Cobra. There were 96 people in front of me. I was on hold for several minutes and then it finally gave me the option for them to give me a call back. I had to send an email to them stating that I need a fax, that I'm no longer covered, and this is just delaying insurance even further. My doctor wanted me to go see a specialist because of my gene stuff, and I can't even find out what coverage I have because of just the absolute stupidity that goes on. Getting laid off was the best thing probably that could have happened to me. However, the absolute freaking nut job work that continues to be done since I've been laid off, that I constantly have to deal with unemployment insurance, is disgusting and makes the entire process so infuriating. I don't understand, like, one, how do employers get away with this? Two, how does the government get away with this? It's just straight up unacceptable, and it's so infuriating. I know there's so many things that happen where, like, people take advantage of these types of systems, but employers make things a bazillion times worse and significantly harder. And the government just sucks. I know it does. And I shouldn't be this frustrated, but I am. Because it's like well, you can't change it. But I have to change it. I'm the one that has to call Cobra. I'm the one that has to send the email. I'm the one that has to continue to check up to make sure that, like, I get to be frustrated because I have to do all the work. They're really messing up my morning, I'm not gonna lie. I was really in a great mood until this entire situation just happened. And it's only 9:44. I've been dealing with this for 45 minutes straight, if not longer. With also no progress made. So, oh my god. I guess this is just like the realities of being laid off, isn't it? And nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about like the frustrations and the other things that happen, but like this is infuriating. This is like real time, real life happening. 6 months after I got laid off. It never ends. It just truly never ends. Okay, anyway. I need to change my attitude. I need to make another call. This was call number 1. I have to now do call number 2. And then I'm going to get back to everything else that I was intending to actually work on today. And I'm going to find a better mood in the process. Somehow, some way. I'm going to find a better mood in the process. I figured a coffee was probably a good place to start at changing my mood, because I made my second call, and guess what? They asked me to leave a message again for the second day in a row because they didn't return my call yesterday, which is why I'm calling again today. The mood has not changed, but that's why we're making a coffee. We got a different creamer. So far, I really like the Chobani one that's not like completely full of junk. This is organic sweet cream. I was hoping it would be similar. It's not. Truthfully, it's not sweet enough for me. Like at all, actually. So, it's kind of disappointing. I'm definitely gonna drink it because, like, we bought it. It was a 2-pack, so there's this one and the other one that's in the fridge, unopened, but it's not my favorite. You know what I mean? So, that is what it is. We're going to enjoy our coffee, fix this mood, and I think I'm just going to start working on my other paperwork. I wanted to journal a little. I wanted to journal a little, but I'm just not in the headspace of a good mood. So, okay. We're going to put all of our stuff away. Let's make sure our coffee turned out alright. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. It's still gonna be a great day. We are not letting these infuriating situations ruin our day. I was scrolling on something a while ago, actually, and it was the big real estate guy in New York. His name is escaping me right now, but he was talking about, he was doing a podcast interview, I think, in like every minute is like $1, so I don't know how many dollars are in a day. We're not doing that. That's not the point. But you only have like X amount of dollars in a day, and like being upset and angry and like this, that, and the other. Is that how you want to like spend your dollars? And the answer is no. I don't want to spend my dollars that way. So, we're gonna set everything aside, and we just have to have a better mood. Out of sight, out of mind. All of that stuff's off to the side. I'm going to let's see. I already printed the bank statement that I needed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do first. I guess probably go through that. Let's just start there. That's a very easy way to transition the mind. off of this. I actually got distracted getting to like the statements and stuff because I had my email pulled up, and there is a website called Modex, and I did not know about this when I was banking. Nobody did that I knew. Like, my friend is now a broker and owns his own brokerage, and he told me about this, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Why did nobody tell us about this? Like, he didn't even know about it, and he's been in it longer than I have. He's the one that got me the job at Rocket. It tells me how many loans I closed, how much the monthly average was for like the amount of loans, my average loan size for that year. This is so freaking cool. And one of the things, I wanted to make sure my resume was actually correct with like my closed loan volume. I think it is, if I'm being, not to like toot my own horn, I think it's accurate. Because, let's see, actually, let me calculate. Actually, I was dead on. Look at me go. That is so freaking cool. Anyway, that is so cool. It also tells me like the cities where I wrote loans and states and stuff. So like, this is awesome. Like, if I can figure out like where I wrote the most loans, basically everything was a refinance. Because that's like where I was. I had one purchase. I wrote literally one purchase my entire time banking. And a lot of it just says other. Tons of Florida, tons of Texas, which sounds accurate. It does property types, property cities, transactions, like refi or purchase, and loan types. So, conventional, FHA, VA. I don't know what that is. It says non-purchase money mortgage. I don't know exactly what that is. A purchase, maybe? Is that the purchase? No, that's not the purchase. Some type of refinance, and then standalone refinance, so like aka not cash out. This is awesome. I wish I had this before, but anyway, this is so cool. See, my mood is already changing. So, anyway, this is sick. Okay. Yeah, that is really neat. I am so glad that I know that that exists. For no other reason than just to simply benefit myself, you know what I mean? And to know that I guessed and I was literally dead on for my closed loan amounts. That's so cool. Anyway, okay, now we're actually gonna work on current business dealings and get to work on the December stuff. So, see, one little thing can change your mood. One thing can ruin it, but one thing can change it. So, that's what we're learning today. It's a bit later. It's 11. I got through the, oh boy. I got through, oh shit, what did I just do? The statement, but Dalton has a bunch of receipts to get me and he's not home. So I'm not even going to stress myself out about trying to gather receipts when I don't have them all. That is what it is. I will get those when he gets home. I have started to make the template for the 2026 profit and loss statement. Thanks to my bestie. We were able to total miles. Okay, anyway, she was able to help me like figure out Excel a little bit better because she's good at with better at it than I am over the summer, and I like how it's set up. I would plan to continue this method unless I am informed or come across something better, but I am setting it up this way for 2026 because it was way easier to categorize and like put back together. So that's cool. And then I'm going to just keep working on this. I have a few more pages to go in the Excel workbook, so we are a work in progress, and then we'll finish things up when Dalton gets home. But we are on a good start, and I feel happy about that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll catch back up later. I probably need to reheat my coffee, but yeah, we're getting there. Something I noticed that I need to be significantly better about this year is miles. I kept track of some of my miles last year, and just the miles that we're putting on my car, because we can deduct all of Dalton's miles because it's a 99% used for work. I didn't keep track of it as good as I should have, and I think that's going to, in the future, bite us in the butt. This year it's not bad, but I mean, there are just so many miles on my car, but so much of it could have also like been added and just like kept track of better. So that's my fault, and I just didn't do it correctly. Did better than last year, but there's always room for improvement. So that's something that I really need to focus on this year. So yeah, that is definitely something that I've noticed. I also have pretty much everything set up I think that I need for 2026 Excel wise, so that feels really good. Oh my god, I am freezing though. The insulation in this house, I don't think there is any, if I'm being honest, and I know the windows don't help, but that is a future problem that we know about. It's in the back of our minds. Anyway, yeah, we're working on it. I'm still doing 2025 stuff, and I think I'm gonna start on receipts because it'll just be easier when Dalton gives me the rest of it. So I think I'm gonna actually keep working on that. Well, I'm enjoying my hot coffee because that is the only thing warming my soul right now. So the insurance thing called me back, and they essentially gave me nothing. They told me that it will auto withdraw me if you don't pay, but there was no documentation that said that like you have to cancel this. So I literally don't understand, because they said that I'm still enrolled. I don't get it. He said that nothing can be done over the phone and that I had to email them. Thank God I sent that email this morning when I was on hold, but this is disastrous, if I'm being completely honest. Like, the phone call got me nowhere, and that was hours ago. Like, I'm so glad I didn't wait on hold for a literal 5 hours to get that kind of lack of information. So anyway, that's the update. Dishes are done. They kind of needed to cool. They're a little warm. And then I'm going to unload and reload. And I should probably start some laundry. So we're gonna do that, I guess. I am up and kind of doing things. I had to take a little mental break of disassociation, and I played games on my phone for a few minutes because today is really just sucking the life out of me. I woke up in such a good mood. I thought today was gonna be a great day, and it's really just like taking me out in every way, and I'm a little disappointed with that. I don't know. This did not clean all the way. Yeah, I don't know. I just literally don't know. All of the frustrating phone calls and just everything. I am not feeling how I wanted to be feeling today. And I'm not really sure how to turn it around because I'm just so, like, we're just not getting any wins today. I mean, I guess getting all of, like, this tax stuff prepped is a big win. But, like, I'm still not even done because Dalton hasn't given me his receipts or anything. So, like, I still have a lot to go. I am hardcore struggling today. It's also pouring, so we're not, until it stops, I'm not going outside. I was thinking it was going to stop so I could take someone out, but it hasn't done that. So I don't know. I'm really not sure what's gonna make me feel better, if I'm being completely honest. I want to give up on everything for today and just like not. And I know that's not gonna make me feel better. I feel like roadblocks are just getting thrown up all around me. So anyway, that's just how things go sometimes, right? You know, it's really dampering my spirit, and I just don't know how to fix it. I wish I could just flip a switch and fix it. But anyway, the dishwasher is almost completely unloaded, which is great, and then I can reload it because there's still a lot of dishes going on around here. So man, there was tons of stuff that did not get fully cleaned today. Seems to be on trend. Yeah. So, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this since this is almost done. I know having a clean kitchen will make me feel better, so to some degree at least. The devil's really knocking on my door today, and it's really frustrating me. So anyway, we'll see what else we can get done, trying to boost the mood. But so far things just aren't working, but I'm not giving up on today yet. So I'm almost working backwards in a sense of, I don't know what's gonna make me happy, but I know it's overwhelming me right now. Being super behind on laundry, and then I got the dishwasher unloaded and reloaded. So having a cleaner kitchen will make me feel better. I put laundry in the washer and I'm putting away what was in the dryer. So that's just how we're making progress right now, because everything feels like a lot and I just want to give up on everything today. And sit on the couch, but that's not gonna make me feel better. So we're gonna put away this pile of lights. You can't really super tell it blends in with the blanket, but I'm gonna get this out of the way. I know not seeing this anymore is gonna make me feel better. And it looks like little princess came to play, so I'm gonna throw her toy while we're up here. Okay, the basket of laundry is put away, and instead of doom scrolling, I am going I have coffee in my lap, I'm trying not to spill it. I am going to read this book. this will not count as far as like my 5 books for the year because I read a very heavy majority of it during 2025, but I am very close to finishing it and would like to finish it. So I'm gonna read that. It is still more productive than scrolling on whatever platform. So that's what I'm going to do. We need to get some water tucked in here, and we're gonna sit here and read for a little bit. I might still doom scroll, but I'm gonna knock out a few pages. I'm gonna try to read for at least like 20 minutes to a half hour and do something better for myself than scrolling on my phone. It is a lot later. Dalton and I just had a bunch of leftovers for dinner, and I'm feeling a bit better. I'm getting tired, but once Dalton got home and everything, I did start to feel a little bit better, so that feels really good. And then he wanted to try a dessert recipe for himself. The texture was not it for me. It was really gross. The flavor, I couldn't even taste the flavor because of the texture. And normally I'm not a texture person, but I think he made it better and he really liked it. But anyway, we went to the store and then there were cannolis and then he like melted chocolate for me and everything. So it was just really nice. He was trying to make me feel better. And it definitely worked. But it is 9:15-ish, 9:20. Dalton left for hockey. I need to read Genesis 16 through 18 today for getting through my year in the Bible. And then I'm gonna shower and go to bed. I'm tired. I don't know how well I'll be able to sleep since Dalton's not home, but hopefully okay. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Running the night on a good note. And tomorrow is gonna be better, so. Good afternoon. Morning. It's 11:52. Dalton is sleeping. He had to work last night. But I've been doing essentially a bunch of school stuff today. I had to sign and like submit a grad plan thing. I had to do, they require like a sexual assault training for graduate students every like 2 years, I think. So I had to do that, and you can't test out of it, which is so dumb, but whatever. I did that, and then I did dishes this morning. I've played on my phone a little bit, and then I got an email from my professor for one of my classes, and he included like the syllabus in the first week's worth of work. And it's employment law, okay? And this is like an actual, I think, lawyer teaching the class, I'm pretty sure. I found my textbook because I need a physical book. Being like reading on a laptop or my phone or something digitally, it just literally does not work. I could only find digital copies for like $80, and then the actual textbook was like almost $400. It was like $360 or $380 something, and I'm like, no. So I've been doing some digging, and I found, this fan is bothering me. Okay, I found the physical textbook on eBay, but I couldn't tell like what version it was and stuff. It was just like really hard. So, but I actually found the textbook, the correct textbook, on Amazon, it was like 80% off or something. Yeah, it says list price $388.95. I got it for $82 or whatever, $86 or something with taxes and stuff, and it's gonna be here tomorrow. And I purchased it today because I had some other bills that I was planning to pay. Not when I know financial aid is coming through, I think this week, so I'm buying that book for several $100s off when I need a physical book. So that just made the most sense. I mean, that was a steal and a find, and thank God I found it. So that will be here tomorrow. And then Dalton got me his receipts. I just sorted them in a couple of piles. So now that I have some warm coffee, I am going to finish receipts in 2025 stuff. So now, how's my boy? So that's what we're doing. That's where we're at right now. It is freezing in my house. I don't know why. I'm just extra cold. I've had the chills basically since yesterday, but I feel okay. I'm just very chilled. So here we are. Here's to a hot cup of coffee warming us all. I am in my closet room and I am just going through some things. I already went through some of my hanging stuff and I got rid of some shirts. Now I'm going through my workout clothes drawer. That's honestly just crazy. Like, I have so much stuff that I've collected over the years, and thankfully I have bought like decent quality stuff so it doesn't just fall apart every time I go to wear it. But like, now I just have a lot of stuff, and there are things that I'm definitely getting rid of in here. So yeah, it's just a work in progress. MJ's food is in the oven because I needed to make that today, but that's kind of what we're working on. And hi, coming to join. I know it's gonna feel good to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. Granted, we're not having a garage sale for a while. But some of this stuff I think I'll be able to post online. I already have some posted. I think I can post more, but I just know it's gonna feel better to like get rid of some of this stuff. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing, and so far so good. Okay, so I made it through the bottom hanging section of my closet, which is a lot of shirts. I made it through my entire workout drawer and my entire pajama and like loungewear drawer. Granted, there's a lot more than that actually in there, or other places, but the drawers are actually broken, so they're not in the dresser. So anyway, I got rid of a lot. Actually, it feels really good, and I know there's still more that I'm going to be getting rid of, but it feels nice to get some of it cleared out. I posted a bunch of sports bras for like $5 a piece just to like see if I can make anything off of them. They're all like name brand. So anyway, I need to do all of MJ's chicken. Hi, it's dinner time for a couple more hours for you. Thanks. And shh. What? Do you need to go outside? Do you need to go potty? Okay.